Hello, and welcome back to the Friday Feels episode of the UA podcast. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I am Jared Freid. It is so good to be back here with you, Jordana. How are you? What's going on? How you feeling on a Friday?
I'm okay. I'm coming off of a very rainy Memorial Day weekend.
I didn't want to bring it up. I had maybe the most beautiful weekend of my life. I heard it was tough in the Northeast. Florida was gorgeous per usual. Not to bring it up.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring it up.
It was
I don't want to bring it up.
The whole weekend. All right, you already brought it up.
All right, sorry.
Well, I have a question. So I did some boring shit this weekend because there was just, I like to do boring shit when the weather's rainy. Yeah, I mean, we went to dinner and like that. It was nice. But we went to go look at cars. And I have a question for you as a man.
Okay.
Do you like have any idea what like prenatal care entails? Like aside from like the movies?
I don't know. To me, prenatal, first of all, is a word that scares me. Second of all, the only thing I thought about, I call it my punch bowl theory. My punch bowl theory is not really the right name for it. This is my punch bowl opinion, is that there's things that you've seen in movies your whole life that just don't exist in real life. Like you were just convinced that and I call it the punch bowl theory because I've seen a punch bowl at every dance or prom or
teen movie
that's ever existed. And I've never once come in contact with a punch bowl. And I've also seen like interviews on TV where the interviewer looks at the person and is like, you got the job. And I'm like, that's never happened to me in an interview. Like every interview is like, okay, we'll be in touch. And then you never hear from them again. But never has anyone stood up and been like, you got the job. And then when it comes to being pregnant, the punch bowl version of this has always been the Lamaze class that a man goes with his wife and they go he who, and they're in the class and he's holding
which no one
her.
even goes to either.
Right. Apparently that's another thing like the punch bowl that just doesn't exist. So
or the water breaking all over the floor.
Another thing that I was told about in TV my whole life. So prenatal care, to me, the only pre-baby thing that I knew of was these Lamaze classes that apparently didn't exist. So no, I know absolutely nothing.
Well, Mike and I have been getting a recurring question, and it's usually from a man. I think it's every time it's been from a man. And it's just a weird question whenever we're out with the Twisters.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like, oh, are they twins? And we're like, yeah, they're twins. And then the men will say, they'll ask this question. They'll say, were you like surprised? Or like, did you know you were going to have twins? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, were we surprised? Like, did we not, like when they came out? First of all, obviously we don't like really have twins. So the questions doesn't really apply to us. But like, even if I'm just trying to think even if
this
we
is
did
already
have twins,
an imaginary conversation you're having. But if you were to have twins.
No, but it's not an imaginary conversation because it's like, that's a question set. Many people ask it. It's like, it's like weird the amount of men who ask that question. And I just don't really understand what they're asking.
It's
like, were you expecting it or were you surprised?
So there's a group of men out
when they
there.
Came out?
Right. So so what you're saying is that there's a large group of men who believe that twins, much like the sex of a baby, is something you don't know until the moment you have the baby.
Yeah, I mean, you also know that most people know the sex of the baby before.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, you can elect.
Right, yeah.
Like, you can elect.
You can elect to not know that you're having twins until they come. Right. Like, here's one. Oh, wow, another one. Right.
Well,
and that's why I'm like, do men know about like scan? Because there's another I guess it's not a punch bowl because it actually happens when the husband and the wife go in and they rub the jelly on the belly and then they're like looking in the thing. I'm just like, does no one...
the punch bowl would be...
what is the question?
I have seen that version in a movie. And there's another. You have... That is a TV... That could be a punch bowl thing that they're actually letting you know that they only know about babies and twins via written television and movies if they're asking that, because I've seen that in a movie where they're like, oh, there's two, but You
Right.
usually see that
But,
with
like,
like in reference to a dog. They keep coming. Like that's how the 101 Dalmatians is written.
Well, that's why I don't really understand the
1,
question.
2,
So
59, 60,
what do you think
99,
Right.
100. What? There's one more, 101. Like they think that babies happen the way they happen in 101 Dalmatians.
right, where you just find like, is that do you think that's what they're asking?
I think so.
Because it's also just a weird. It's like it was the only question that they asked. Maybe it was like maybe they were scared it was going to happen to them.
Are these men in
like,
relationships? Are these men with babies? Do they have babies? Do you look into? Do they? Are they?
One was the guy. One was the waiter at a restaurant, and the other was the guy at the car dealership.
I mean, I've said this for years on this show. The amount men know about the female body is like zero. Like, I mean, and this is just another example. This is not.
But I'm saying, do you think that's what they're asking? Are they asking like,
Yes.
did they come out and you were like, oh my God, there's two? Is that what they're asking?
That's the only explanation to the question to me. Like, do you ask them? Do you say, hey, did you think that like people are surprised by having twins? Did you like question them, or
No.
you were like, I'll have the bread, please. Can you please bring us more hot sauce to the waiter? Like, were you like,
I was like, yeah, we were expecting them. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what the, like, I don't want to get into it.
right, well, if you get into it anymore, yeah, we were expecting them. We flew to Ohio to get one of them. You know, we were kind of expecting that. But in this scenario, yeah, of course we were expecting them.
With the second time someone asked, and Mike was like, people ask me that all the time because he speaks to more men than I do.
I would assume.
But with the second guy, he was like, Mike wasn't, he was there. He was like looking at something and I was speaking. He's like, were you expecting them? And I was like, yeah, we did IVF. So we knew. And he was like, and when I said that to him, he stopped asking any more questions. I don't think he had any idea what I was talking about.
He didn't know what IVF was. I mean, that's a version, saying we did IVF and not shaming him is a version of like coddling a man's ego a little bit, right? Isn't that like what a annoying person would say?
I
guess.
Yeah.
Do you know those people that are like, you know, I don't know, there's like a term for it where it's like you're helping a man, you know, be an idiot. What is it when you're helping a man be an
Enabling
idiot?
him.
Enabling a man. Like, isn't there a version of like being in a relationship?
Weaponized incompetence?
Yes, weaponized incompetence. Aren't you helping to armor him with more weapons of a weaponized, right? Wouldn't that be
right?
kind of what
I think that's more for like the man's like, I don't even know how to load the dishwasher. You're so much better at it. And then like, you wind up loading the dishwasher because I don't know if it applies as much here, but I get what you're saying.
I
don't
guess
know.
that would be if we go down the road of it. To me, this is just telling you how little men know about anything when it comes to health and wellness and a woman's body. Yeah, like this is crazy. That's a question I wouldn't ask out loud. I'd be more embarrassed. You would think.
Right. You would think, but it happens so often that I guess not.
Right. I guess I would want to pull.
I'm not offended by any questions. I'm just kind of like wondering, like, I just don't even know how to answer the question.
I think we need more information as a podcast. I need to know, like, did you believe that people are shocked to find out they have twins as they're going through pregnancy? Like, my response would be a question. Do you believe that there are people out there who are shocked by twins during the delivery? Like, that's what I would ask them.
I guess I'll have to ask that.
But I also think that now you're like, again, that's a longer conversation with the waiter than I would ever want to have.
Now I'm getting it. Right. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm like getting into it. So I think I'm just going to say like, yes.
I'm trying to think if I would think, like, I'm trying to think if I would ever think that people would be so. I would think that people could be surprised by a second child in a pregnancy, but I would think
earlier. Yeah.
Again, like I'm not saying I'm above these people who are asking this question, but I would hope that I wouldn't believe it was the norm. Like, I don't think it's like the idea that you ask that as if it's like a 50-50 shot is crazy.
Right. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I guess it's the kind of thing where it's like people maybe are just trying to ask something.
Right. They're trying to fill the air. Well, it's kind of like it's one of those things that, like, when you hear someone ask that, you're like, how does anyone have, like, when you hear people get involved in debates about, like, you know, whenever I hear that, like, let's keep the government away from women's bodies. Like, this is like a great example of like, how does anyone ever speak strongly about anything when like this is a question they may have?
They
you know
don't
what
know
I mean?
anything. Yes.
Right.
Right.
Like,
and I feel like the people who are like trying to make those rules about women's bodies are the people who might ask that question.
Right. That's my assumption too. And I'm always like, why would you do that? Like, what is it that you need this? You know, like I'm such a like a not get involved with those issues guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, not that I'm like on, you know, like
those are women's issues,
right? Or like, but I,
no,
I
think that's
I kind of do
rightfully
the,
so. Like,
I kind of do the.
Like, I don't know anything about this issue.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Not my opinion isn't that important here.
Oh, I kind of have this. I have this kind of thing with my stand up. When I first started stand up, I would try to talk about like issues or, you know, I try to get involved because you want to like have a voice. And I think it's a young guy thing to do. And over the course of doing stand up, I really feel good about only saying I, me, I, like sticking to I statements. And I think that's harder to do as a stand up because if you say men do this, you're almost like taking yourself out of it. You're now employing the group and saying we all do this. But if I say I do this thing that's uncomfortable, now I have to own it, and I have to trust that you'll do the bridging to the group of men on your own or to your husband or to your boyfriend. And it is generally, I think it's a lesson for life that like when you say I versus we, it's harder to do.
Yeah.
You know, and if I can't do I, then I don't do the joke. Like, that's why, like, when I see people talk about like trans issues on stage and there's no reason for them to talk about it, I'm kind of like, you're a hot take artist and you're using this group to get off, to make money. Like, it's kind of gross to me.
Because you don't know anything about it.
Right. I had a joke that a woman got mad about. And it was about, she said that I was making fun of Asians. And like, I was in no way she was drunk and I disagree with her. And the joke I made was that like, I was talking about my body and like how I'm on a GLP-1 and how I don't, like, I never thought of myself needing medication for my body, you know, like, and how my fitness goals like at 41 are like just so modest. I was like, I just want the same body as like an older Asian man. Like, I feel like they have like the perfect t-shirt body. And it's like, I didn't come to that just to talk about Asians. Like, I'm just like, I'm noticing I want that body that seems to be on average pretty good for an old, like they fit in t-shirts well. And I have a reason for being there. Like you know, like I'm like, I didn't just, I didn't just bring up older Asian men to like shit on them. If anything, I'm being complimentary. I just like the general body they have. So I think for like a subject like this, where like you see someone who doesn't have any clue about a woman's body, you go, can you just, you know, like you thought twins were discovered at delivery.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. How are you?
I'm good. The book is coming out next week. I'm a little stressed out about it. I would love for people to pre-order.
Why? I'm feeling good about it.
You know, with the book, I'm like,
I've signed you up to do 1 million book clubs.
That promise. We're done making that promise.
That was the worst thing I've ever done to you.
I got a text from like my brother's friend's mom. She wants to have me come to New Jersey. I got to go to New Jersey. Okay. We're going to make it happen, Heidi. So the book tour is next week. I would love for people to get tickets. New York, Boston, Philly, DC, Chicago, Denver. Pre-order the book. If you're not sure about the book, I'm putting 16 minutes. At the end of this episode, there will be 16 minutes of audio from the audiobook. It's beginning 16 minutes of the book. I would love for you to check it out. If you like it, pre-order it, get it. It'll be waiting for you on your phone on June 9th. You can pre-order Kindle, you can pre-order audio, you can pre-order the hardcover. I would love for you to do that. jaredfreid.com to do all that. Plus, I got stand-up shows, Cleveland, the Hamptons, Miami, Red Bank, New Jersey, Foxwoods, Portland, Maine, It never ends.
I'll be at the Hamptons.
You'll be at the Hamptons.
Excited
I'm
for your
staying.
stay. Can't wait.
Get to see and hang with the Twisters and Mike. We are very excited.
Get to meet Ron.
I've get to meet Ron. I get to get in that pool. I'm a big swimmer. I never leave that pool once I get in. Just know that, Jordana.
What temperature do you like it at?
I think in the 80s is really the key temperature.
In the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like a cold pool.
I'll put it on your preference sheet.
Put it on my rider. All right, let's do some emails.
I
Ready?
agree. All right, let's do it. Okay.
I like a pool to shock me and then take me in.
Okay, I will. I'm putting that. I'm going to note that. It'll be ready for you. All right.
Good.
Hey, that's good. It's cheaper for me.
Yes.
Hey, J&J. Long-time listener, 82. And I see Jared whenever he comes to Orlando.
Thank you very much. Love Orlando.
Love it. Getting right to it. In 2022, I started dating a guy. Let's call him Frank. Okay.
What up, Frankie?
And things were pretty serious from the start. A few months into dating, I got a golden retriever puppy. That's a lot. He didn't live with me at the time, and I made it clear that she was mine if anything were to happen. That's an interesting.
Okay.
Just so you know, not yours,
Right.
mine. Everything was in my name, and I was the one paying for the majority of things. Frank did help with occasional food, and his family would help dog sit when we went out of town. We got engaged, but 6 months before the wedding, I called things off. There's much more to that, but ultimately we weren't the right match. When we split, he insisted that we share the dog. I told him that sharing a dog wasn't going to happen, and I wasn't going to have to explain it to a different partner or my kids one day why the dog leaves every other week. Frank is a very immature and petty person. His costume for Halloween right after our breakup was him in a hospital gown with a sign that said, "Sick of these hoes."
Sounds like you dodged a bullet with Frank. Yeah.
Yeah. We were 30 at this time. About 6 months after the breakup, he changed his Facebook picture to a picture of one of him and my dog. I thought this was very weird and annoying. The two of us were not in contact, and I blocked him on almost everything. Clearly forgot Facebook. I texted him that if he was doing it to piss me off, it worked. And now it's time to change the picture because he literally hasn't seen her in 6 months and she's my dog. He didn't reply. And after a month, it was still up. I was still so annoyed about this, despite it being Facebook. It's not his dog. So I reported the photo to Facebook admin. Unfortunately, making your ex-fiance's dog your profile picture doesn't break any real rules. So to this day, 3 years later, his profile picture is still him and my dog. So petty or prudent, I reported his Facebook picture because he's using my dog for attention. Should I ask for dog support next? And then she shares the Halloween picture and the profile picture.
Yeah, we're looking at the
Halloween
picture. Even his like smirk.
Good looking guy.
I expected him to be so much uglier. You're so
Same.
right.
He's pretty good looking.
Based on this picture, based on this description, I thought this was gonna it's funny what you see in your head.
A troll.
I saw a total troll loser. This guy, I can't believe she ended it. He's gorgeous. No, I'm kidding.
He's pretty hot.
He is a good looking dude.
I will say. The picture, I mean, the sick of these hoes, absurd, but he
has a smirk that, like, if you saw him, he does look like the bad guy in a movie. Like his smirk in the picture with the dog.
He's that good looking.
He is that good looking. And it is one of those pictures that I'm not even his ex-fiance, and it feels like he's doing this in spite of her. Like I could understand
this guy does not look like he's ready to get married.
No, not at all. I could understand why she took it personally. Like he even looks like he's looking directly. It's like the Mona Lisa, the eyes follow you. His eyes look like he's saying, "That's right. It's your fucking dog and I'm taking a picture with it." Like
it's for her.
Right. Yeah. It does feel for her. It feels pointed.
I agree. I do still think it's petty for her to try to bring in the Facebook admin to try to get. I do, because who cares if she broke up with him? I think you just have to eat shit a little bit. Like the person is the one that looks crazy. Like all of his friends who are friends with him, again, this isn't even Instagram, on Facebook, either know that it's your dog or don't know anything about him. Like, who cares? I do think it's kind of I would need to. She doesn't say the reason they broke up, but I think if you break up with someone and they have some weird behavior, You kind of have to just let it slide because you're sort of the bad guy here.
I guess my response is like, is petty in response to petty prudent?
Is it petty to put the picture up though? Like he looks great in the picture.
I think you've been intoxicated by his good looks.
I'm saying I think he looks, I could see him like he looks good in the picture. He really liked the dog. I think it's petty for him to try to take the dog when she's been clear the entire time that it's her dog. That I think is petty. The fact that he has fond memories of the dog. He likes the dog. He happens to look really good in the picture. If it was me, it was my ex's dog. Jordana, it looks great in the picture.
He looks good in any picture. It doesn't matter what picture he takes. This guy's photogenic. He doesn't need. This isn't him looking skinny in a picture. He looks skinny and in good shape in any picture he takes. I completely disagree. I think this is prudent for her because she does it quietly. She reported it to Facebook. She did it hoping for a change to his petty behavior.
What is petty about it, though?
It's petty that everyone knows.
You think it's to annoy her?
Yeah, Facebook, as you said, you just said this. All the friends know it's her dog. So they know they've broken up.
It makes him look weird, not her.
No, it makes her look like kind of the bad guy. Look, I'm here with the dog. I was ready to be a happy family. He's basically controlling the narrative with this picture.
I think it makes him look kind of pathetic.
Yeah, I think he's eating up being dumped. I think he's like weaponizing the victimhood of being dumped to garner support and blowjobs from other people who may be fished out by a picture like this. That's why he has the sign,
right, though.
Sick of these hoes. Hey, ladies, I'm sick of these hoes because I was dumped. Come here. Open for business at the blowjob factory.
I think that's kind of his right. He's single. I mean, again, I think the sick
right.
of these hoes would be a deal breaker for me. I wouldn't be into that. I don't think that's like a very mature look. I think that's petty. I think the sick of these hoes is petty. I don't think the dog picture is petty. I think it's weird. I think if I were his friend, I'd be like, it's kind of weird that you have a picture up with your ex's dog. Like, you should probably move on. I think it makes him look like he's still like obsessed with her.
I think it makes it look like he wants to hurt her, and that's why he did it. He did it to hurt her.
That's why anyone does anything.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that's so petty. Like when you do something to hurt me and I just take I have these tools to report you without, it's not like she went online and did a video. Like I think she did this as quietly as you could. She tried to take a chance and get it taken down in the way that didn't ask him to take it down. Would asking him to take it down be better than going to Facebook?
I think she did ask him also.
Did she?
She asked him to. Yes.
Right. It's still his picture to this day.
He didn't reply, and after a month, it was still up. So after a month, he didn't take it down. Yeah, I think he looks like a little losery. He looks great, but he looks a little losery. I think he looks a little losery by like keeping it up. I think it's like more of if I were her, I'd be like, like you say this about men in breakups, like they just want to get as far away from you as possible. If I were her, I'd be like, all right, let this like kind of like immature, losery guy if that makes him feel better, to put the picture up of my dog, which is again my dog. It's not like he's trying to, if he was trying to take her to court to get the dog or get shared custody or Venmoing her for like the money that he paid for that he thinks it was worth that his parents watched the dog while they were away, whatever. Like that's all petty. But I think like, if I were her, I would let it go.
I think she did let it go. I thought it was prudent to take one shot at getting this picture removed without making it everyone's problem. It's neither petty or prudent. I think her action of reporting it is justified but not prudent. She didn't have to do it, but I also don't think it's petty of her to do.
Okay. What if she commented on the picture?
Hey, everybody, this is my dog. Yeah, that'd be petty. Hey, everybody, this is my dog. And he's a huge loser. Right.
Well, even if she wrote, hey, it's really weird that this is your profile picture. This is like my dog and we're broken up. Would that be petty or prudent?
That'd be petty. It's just funny to me that she could be walking her dog and someone would be like, is that Frank's dog? Are you guys back together? Like, that's kind of, I don't know. No one cares.
let's say you and Emily break up.
What?
She puts a picture of her and your mom up as her profile picture.
Her and my mom, or her and my cell phone?
Yeah.
Her.
Her and yours. Yeah, her and your.
If it was her and my mom.
Or her, let's make it more realistic. Let's say it's a picture of her and Ruthie.
Oh.
It's a picture of her and Ruthie. She thinks she looks great in it. She puts it up as her Facebook profile picture. I think you'd let it go.
I'd let it go. Yeah, you're right. I'd let it go, and I'd be like,
you were like, I don't think you can talk to Ruthie anymore. She's
right.
Not, yeah.
If that's what she needs,
I think you'd let it go.
I would let it go. You're right. I guess, it's funny. Maybe I'm influenced by his looks as well. Like his smirk with the dog is so shit-eating that it just feels like such a...
It does feel more devious.
Right.
Bit.
And I'm happy she sent in the pictures. She asked us not to share the pictures, but it is like...
Yeah,
it just
looks like the villain in like a fraternity comedy.
He looks like the villain from Elle Woods. He looks like the ex-boyfriend that went to Harvard.
Yeah.
All right, let's do another email. You ready?
That was a fun one.
That was a good one. I'm 34 years old and found out my boyfriend, 35 of a year and a half, was cheating through some good old-fashioned internet detective work. It was a younger girl, 28, who my ex had followed on Instagram and told me not to worry about. During Stagecoach Weekend, a musical festival. I've called music festival, but musical festival.
I've never heard that. It sounds like I think of like Hamilton.
Right. A festival of all the musicals. Wicked was there and Hamilton. During Stagecoach Weekend, a musical festival, while we were fighting, I went to her page and saw my boyfriend had taken her from her posting pictures nonstop. Cheating is a huge deal breaker for me. No, not for anyone else.
Wow.
So I called him out immediately. When he returned from Stagecoach, I went to his apartment to return his things, and he tried telling me they were just friends, even though I was not about to buy that. But after we officially broke up, not even 2 hours later, I checked Instagram and she had hard launched him with pictures from Stagecoach. I'm still completely baffled a month later. Do Gen Z girls hard launch faster than millennials? She is caught up on the wrong things. For some extra context, we were all at the same event at the end of March, so I know the most they could have dated is for a couple of weeks before she posted him at the end of April. Since there was clearly an overlap, do I tell the other girl? Or since they're moving this crazy fast, should I just assume they love each other and not interfere as they gallop into the sunset?
I have news for her.
Yeah? Do you want to give it tough or light or... Okay, you go ahead.
My news for her is that this woman knew he had a girlfriend and they were dating for a while. And then he told her you guys broke up and she's like, okay, great. Now I can be public about our relationship. I don't think she needs to be told anything.
She was literally the one telling him to end it with you so that they could be in a relationship. Yeah. I mean, that of the series of options.
No, they've been dating for a long time.
Right.
Yes.
He was telling her that it was over between you guys and you're together, but you haven't slept together in a month and the relationship was gone. And now he's moved on to her and she's happy to have him. She doesn't care that he's a cheater. And she'll maybe or maybe not find out the hard way. Maybe they end up together married and this is their story. And you're just a character that they talk about with their kids and they're like, yeah, I used to date this old woman and she was all angry about it at Stagecoach while we were falling in love. Maybe you're talked about in a way that would horrify you. And probably so, but this relationship, you going and telling her will not be, I don't know.
She already knows, my friend. She already knows.
To me, you're at the party too long and everyone's trying to go to bed and you're wondering, should I stay for another drink? And it's like, get out of that party. Leave.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks. I'm sorry you were cheated on. That's really annoying. And it's very painful to have a breakup and then see pictures of your ex in a new relationship the very same day. But that is what happens when someone is cheating and is basically in 2 relationships at the same time.
Right. And to like kind of like talk about this email a little bit deeper and to like give her the hard truth and love. Like we're being jokey a little bit. Like, I'm sorry you were cheated on, but like if you're with someone and you're arguing with them while looking at Instagram stories from another woman that you assume he's dating and seeing him in those pictures and then seeing that they've now gotten in a relationship after that whole weekend, I think you need to like readjust your bearings. Like, I don't think you're...
Yeah.
I don't...
How did you get here?
How did you get here? Right. Like, I mean, it's easy to be like, he's cheating. He's an asshole. They're together. She knew about it. Like, that's the easy answer. The tougher answer is, how are you getting to the point with someone where you're believing they're going to be different for you than they've already been acting in the past? Like, you're fighting while at the same concert and you're seeing him with another woman and you're still talking like maybe he's cheating, maybe he's not. Like, this isn't a real relationship. I would say to this person, I brought up my summer strut challenge. This person needs the summer strut challenge more than anyone else because she is considering junk relationships nutritional. And she needs to go to her nutritional relationships to know what it's like to be full and what it actually feels to be nourished by the people in your life. Because I think she doesn't know. She thinks that his McDonald's is the same as her family and friends and the grilled chicken over a salad. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, you are the Alex Turoff of relationships.
That's right.
You're going to change the way she gets her nutritional dating needs met. 2 hard-boiled eggs at the Delta Lounge.
A third, but only the egg white. And then a banana for fiber. Yeah.
Yes. So what is her version of that?
It's a walk with old friends. Her version, she needs to go on a walk. She needs to do the 12-week summer strut challenge. She needs to go on a walk with 12 different people who she has real relationships with to realize that you were not with someone who made you feel good. You were chasing some dream of a relationship that you were never going to have. And you're 34. You're 34.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's time.
So you need to like, and I think this does happen in your 30s where you get used to you're dating so much and you're trying to find a boyfriend, you're trying to find a girlfriend, you're trying to find a relationship, you're trying to settle down. So you're like not even considering, are these relationships filling you up? Are you being yourself?
If you're starving, you're going to eat whatever is thrown at you.
Right.
Right.
And that's what she's doing. She is acting out of desperation and trying. Also, you're with a guy 35 who's going to Stagecoach. I mean, like, we should be talking shit about musical festivals at this point. We shouldn't be. Right? Don't you think this 12-week challenge would be helpful for her?
I think it would be helpful. I would put this relationship to bed. Don't be DMing anyone. Cut the cord. Block everyone involved. Block every single person involved and move on and go on some struts.
This is the equivalent of you asking, should I go clean up the bathroom at the McDonald's because I noticed there was a mess there. They may not have noticed it. No, get the fuck out of there. Get out. Let
not
the people
your problem.
Let them clean it. They work there. That's theirs now. Goodbye.
Yes.
So we solved dating again.
We did it. We did it. Proud of us. We'll be back next week.
Boom. Buy my book, please. The first time I ever called a girl I liked, I had to use the phone book. I was in middle school. Her name was Morgan Marks, and I was going to ask her to be my girlfriend. My 12-year-old logic was sound. She lived near me, and she was, like, cute, but not in a way that made every other prepubescent guy obsessed with her. That's the play for any self-conscious middle school boy. Find someone who you can see yourself hanging around Aeropostale with for 2 or 3 weekends, who's also totally pretty, but not so popular that you ever have to find out how you stack up against literally anyone else. Her name wasn't really Morgan Marks, for privacy stuff, but you bet your ass I remember her name. In this audiobook, I'll never use real names. I can't shake the idea of a woman in the suburbs being bothered by this audiobook while trying to get an iPad out of her kid's hands before bed. Once I decided I was going to call, I thought about it the whole day. My life was going to change. It was the 12-year-old equivalent of buying a Peloton. You know how you start imagining yourself with abs and hanging out at the beach like, totally, let's take more pictures of ourselves. Well, that was me. Except instead of confident swimsuit posts, I had visions of us holding hands in the hallway and slow dancing at parties. This was it. I was about to move from an adolescent side character into the cool, confident main character of maturity. I was going to be dating someone. As soon as I got home from school, I went up to my room. I practiced saying, "Hi, is Morgan home?" And, "Would you want to be my girlfriend?" over and over and over again until I felt sure I couldn't mess it up. I got her number from the previously mentioned phone book and picked up my house's second phone line. Do you remember the second line? When a call came through and someone was already on the phone, the call would push through to the other line. Our second line was one number away from our first line, 9022 and 9021. Yes, like 90210. Yes, I used that as a pickup line multiple times in high school, and maybe a couple of days ago at a bar in the West Village. For some reason, I decided that it would be safer to use the second line to permanently alter the trajectory of my existence. I picked up that receiver and started to dial. Almost the instant I pushed the seventh and final number, my mom picked up the phone. "Jared, who are you calling? Why are you on the second line?" she screamed. She continued yelling questions in rapid succession and increasing volume without leaving any space for me to answer. More accusations than inquiries in classic Jewish mom style. "Jared? Jared, answer me. Who are you calling? Do you know this is the second line? Why aren't you answering me?" Then Morgan's mom picked up. "Hello? Who's this?" "It's Kim. Who is this?" I threw down the receiver, sweating and panting as if I'd just outrun a murderer. I could still hear my mom on the floor below. "Who is this?" Eventually, she yelled up the stairs, "Jared, why are you calling the Marxes?" It was an accident. I lied to my mother for the first and only time ever in my life. That's a lie. "Why are you even on the phone?" I ignored her and started playing video games, refusing to so much as look at the phone on the other side of the room. To me, the three-way call disaster was a sign and a warning. A bad thing had happened, so that romantic prospect was over. I never told anyone what happened. I never called back. I never asked Morgan out at all. The end. I know what you're thinking. Did this idiot just start an audiobook about modern dating with a story about using a landline to dial a number he found in the phone book to not actually ask someone out? Yeah, I did. Because the dating advice I think is most important is, at its core, timeless. Number 1, most romantic disasters make good stories. Number 2, you should always try again. I guess technically the message of this story could be summed up as, don't be a middle school boy about shit, but I would hope that's a code you're already living by. As I speak to you now, we are in the mid-2020s, and we are living in an absolutely bonkers era of dating. In the past 20 years, we've gone from calling crushes on landlines to poking them on Facebook to saying, ew, they still have Facebook? To scrolling, to swiping, to watching their stories, to liking those stories, to flirting in the comments section of a TikTok stand-up clip about gender reveal parties. And because the trends and platforms move and change so fast, it can feel like we're constantly playing catch-up. It's like you learn something new every day, except it's always about dating and it's going to be irrelevant tomorrow. On top of that, this onslaught of change means there's a big market for advice on how to handle it. Sometimes that advice can feel more confusing and guilt-inducing than the actual dating world itself. There are listicles and relationship therapists and any motherfucker with a podcast out there making a lot of money telling you how wrong you are about something and how much your romantic situation is your own fault. But dealing with all this is not as simple as just plugging your ears and going, la, 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 anytime someone talks about dating. Dating is a huge part of life. We don't do it in a vacuum. We want to learn from and quietly laugh at other people's experiences while taking lessons from them and feeling glad we're not them. Which is, I'm guessing, a big part of why you're listening to this audiobook. You've either committed fully and already gotten the whole thing, or you're listening to a free trial. I don't know where you are, but you're deciding right now, do I want to listen to this book? And you're doing it maybe at a gate while you wait for the flight to Charleston while you inhale a cold $20 chicken salad sandwich. Either way, you're the kind of person who sees 9 hours of dating advice and thinks, there might be something for me here. That, or you hated me in college and you were like, this idiot has an audiobook, and you started listening so you could take a screenshot to send to a huge group chat of people who will discuss how little I banged and question why anyone would ask that guy who frequently wore 3 polos with all the collars popped what he thought about dating. In which case, hi, I'd probably do the same, but joke's on you because they paid me a lot of money for this. No matter who you are, I want to start off by saluting you, my comrade in the dating trenches, for deciding that your friend who got married to their 3rd grade sweetheart but still has really loud Tinder opinions at the brunch table probably isn't the best source of advice on how to text someone back. And yeah, I just did the thing where I kind of compared dating to war, but not because I think love is gruesome or that texting requires boot camp training at West Point, or because I wanted you to know that I'm masculine enough to put the words boot camp and West Point in my book twice. Ladies, is my penis big enough yet? Okay, I'll stop. To me, the dating is a battlefield stuff rings true because it's all so fucking messy and confusing. That, and it has led to many good, hot people to get really bad haircuts. And don't worry, this book wasn't written, quote, from the other side. It wasn't written from a dining room table at the home I've built with my soulmate and 2 kids in Live, Laugh, Love, Connecticut. It didn't get written from a working vacation on the beaches of Cannes with my beautiful girlfriend walking funny because the 30-carat diamond ring I'm about to propose with is weighing down my right pocket. I didn't even write this from the bed of a successful friends with benefits situation that I finally figured out how to make not weird. Nope, I wrote this book in the notes app of my phone while sitting on the toilet inside a 700-square-foot studio apartment that I rented. I'm about as far from a high horse as you can get. I'm right there with you. I'm here to make you sigh, a big old sigh of, I'm not alone relief. I'm here to be relatable. Not in the bullshit, oh wow, they have the hair, skin, and bank account of my wildest dreams. But sometimes they also say, you too, when the Uber driver tells them to have a nice flight way. It's more in a, I have also worn a swimsuit as underwear to work because I'm behind on laundry and don't totally understand what a 401k is way. I think a lot of our collective anxiety from dating stems from the feeling that we are the only people in the world who feel certain things, act in certain ways, or have certain ideas about how things should be. I'm here to reassure you that that is entirely wrong. No one is better than you. No one has this shit figured out. And critically, no one is thinking about you and your dating life that much. And before you call me out in the comments, that's not supposed to be harsh honesty. That's supposed to be freeing honesty. The lies we tell ourselves don't always make us feel better. In a lot of cases, they make us feel worse and more alone. I hope this audiobook can give you honesty in a way that makes you feel more confident. That it can free you from berating yourself for hours worrying, maybe I messed up that text I just sent. Because you didn't, I promise. You didn't mess up anything.
Okay, but who are you?
Whoa, hey.
Hi.
Who are you?
I asked you first.
Yeah, but you just kind of showed up in my audiobook and...
I'm the voice of every woman reading and or listening, almost kinda. You can call me Vera. It's almost kind of an acronym. Voice of every woman reading and or listening, almost kind of. Vera.
Hey, Vera, that's a clever thing you did there with the name.
Thank you. I was almost named The Women Listening Now Are Thinking, but the almost kind of acronym for that is TWOLNAT. So, yes, Vera is better.
Yes, it is.
I'm here so that you can address questions or concerns or thoughts that the listener might have without having to say, and I know you might be thinking, 3,700 times over the course of the audiobook.
That is super helpful. I was concerned about that.
I know.
Because you're me.
Technically, yes.
But you're also the listener.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And you're going to be hanging out the whole audiobook?
When it's helpful, like if you say something dumb and need an excuse to explain further.
Awesome.
Can I ask my question now?
Yes, of course.
Who are you? More specifically, who the hell are you to be giving anyone advice?
This is a very fair question, Vera/listener. Given my less than impressive stats and opener, I can appreciate that I might not feel like the most comforting guide for this high-stakes journey. Imagine your mom asking, "Oh, what are you listening to?" And you'd have to say something like, "I'm learning how to date better from a 40-year-old man who wrote most of his books shirtless in a studio apartment with nothing on the walls and sheets that get washed bi-monthly." Obviously, don't actually tell her that. We want her to live to her next birthday so she can passive-aggressively say, "Should I wish for my daughter to find someone?" right before she blows out her candles. It's not even a studio apartment with an alcove, which honestly, I'm not embarrassed about. Nobody is more annoying than a person with an alcove studio. We get it. You found a weirdly shaped apartment that helps you feel less like you sleep next to your stovetop. Imagine an apartment shaped like a shoebox, where there is a couch next to the bed and absolutely no room for a coffee table. That's where I've written this book that you found in the self-help section. If we went out, had a few drinks, and then came back to my place, I think that you'd react differently depending on your age. If you're in your early 20s, you'd be like, "Wow, he doesn't have a roommate? Did I just sleep with Christian Grey?" But any woman who has filed more than 5 years of income tax returns would probably wake up and think, is this where my life really is right now? I thought I'd be married with kids in the suburbs, but I just hooked up with a guy whose sheets smell like an under-dried towel. He has a photo of himself next to a portrait of Tom Brady, and they're not even hung up. They're just leaning against the wall like that's the same thing. He can't even hang up a photo. He can't even hire a TaskRabbit to hang up the photo that he can't hang up. And I'm expecting this to go somewhere? Honestly, I don't know who is worse off right now. Me, a guy who just realized all his socks are in the hamper, so I'm going to have to go sockless in the middle of winter until I decide to do the laundry. Or you, the person who is taking my advice to become a better dater. And look, I'm not trying to scare you away. I'm trying to lightly shake the romanticism out of you. I'm a normal guy, which means I can help you figure out some of the whys you wanted from your ex during the breakup. the answers he was never going to give. Because sometimes it's just too hard to say outright that you like someone, but you'll never marry them. I know, that stung. I'm sorry. Remember how my apartment's so small? Sometimes I roll over in bed to get my phone and accidentally grab a spatula that still has some egg on it from yesterday. Feel better? Okay, good. I know this because I've been talking about dating for more than a decade. My podcasts have millions of listeners, and I've sold out shows across the country. Yes, I'm bragging. I'm not going to serve you up some bullshit like, I'm just trying to make you feel confident in my credentials. I'm straight up bragging because I know my shit.